but this is going to be ValoRec. We are going to have our first match of the night. It's going to be Gen Z versus Dinghy, coming your way from the Challenger Premade division. Both teams sitting at 1-1, although I do believe one team had to forfeit last week, so not sure if that exactly counts, but they are here in this match in our Swiss bracket right now. We do have on the side of Gen Z, we are going to have Killjoy. It's going to be Venusaur, Nige, Teddy, Bien, and Fishy. On the other side, we all have Limes, Smarty PZ, Killa, Naro, and Doc. And I just realized somebody on this team is listed as Gen Z, so that's not the Gen Z player. Actually, that is, or wait, is it? Do I have this backwards? We're going to take a look at that real quick. And the answer is I do. All right, we're flipping that. One moment, please. There we go. All right, well, we do have the players first in. It is going to be a C hit. It will be a 2v2 at the end of the day. We're going to have Teddy and Fishy. Fishy's actually going to pick that up with the shock dart here. So it's all going to be on the Omen. It's going to be Doc, who is not going to get caught from behind. Was spotted going through there. Will actually get found out, though. And that is going to be Dinghy taking the first round off of a great set of kills at the very end by Fishy. So Fishy coming up big at the very end with 3 kills in the round, enough to buy the Bulldog as well. On the other side, we're going to see what Gen Z is going to invest into this round. You're going to see currently just classics at the moment. You're going to see as well Fishy going over here towards the A side. Looking like an A hit here coming in. Probably just running it with some classics. They're going for the full eco right now is going to be Gen Z. Moving forward here on the map, as we're going to see where they end up coming through. And there you go. You're going to see the breach. It's going to blast right through. That'll kind of delay everybody for the moment. It's going to stall out. Everyone just kind of sitting back. There's maybe, you know, a couple sheriffs involved. No, actually, there's actually 0. The sheriff is going to be on the side of Dinghy. As we're going to see the players are just kind of set up here, ready and waiting. Fishy is going to have that Ghost and a Spectre out towards long. Is going to spot, I think, the initial elements and is going to just fall back to the site. You can see the Spike, though, making its way over towards Garage. Venusaur is just going to be jump spotting this, looking to see if they can spot a player on the other side. You're going to see the shove up A. Naro is going to get spotted here by the drone, is going to get pinged, but that is not where the push is coming through. It will cause, I believe, a rotation here coming to the other side, as the players now are going to be up here on towards B. And B is actually completely emptied out, save for the breach peeking over there. And I do see here my fellow caster has now joined me on the desk.
Hello. How are we doing today?
Oh man, you are quiet. Why are you so quiet?
I can fix that. Hold on.
Around the corner, there's not a whole lot they can do here. Beyond's going to find 3 in the round and the defuse as well, so it wasn't really planted for the spot that the players ended up backing up into, but it was an eco. They got their spike down, and they're okay with that.
Looks like an easy one for Dinghy so far on defense. But hi, by the way, I'm glad to have joined the action. I am sorry for my tardiness, but I'm excited to be on the ValoRec League for the first time. I was able to watch the last broadcast, and it seems like Shio once again has outdone himself with the way things are running smoothly around here. So excited to kind of get a move on. We got Dinghy and Gen Z today, and then later on, I do believe it is 100 Dweebs, right? Am I correct in saying that?
Yep, we have 100 Dweebs, and I believe the second team is Barbecue, who is actually our winners from the Primer tournament. So that is something that I'm looking forward to seeing, as those teams, I believe, are 1-1 in terms of maps. They both split their first week's match sets, so. And we are going to see rifles in the round for Gen Z, but they've already traded 1-for-1, and that is huge for Dinghy. Being able to trade inferior weapon here out for a rifle, and it probably all going to be on Fishy here as this A hit's coming in, and no one has rotated over.
Yeah, Fishy's going to wait, and the rest of the team going to probably just come up these stairs here. Fishy's just got to play as nice and patient, probably has the info already, so now we can just stay put, but here's Stone, and now here comes the shots, but no, Fishy not going to connect with any of them. His kill is going to be able to find the shot, and now the push continues here over towards the A site, and the plant does go down, spike down here for Gen Z.
Yep, we're going to see, we're going to be backing up. The Killjoy utility is going to go back out into the back, but Naro's going to find one on towards Teddy. It's just going to be Venusaur with a Sheriff and a Marshal. Going to go in, just trying to see anything if possible. Going to get spotted out, and the peaks are all going to come through, and that is going to be Gen Z picking up their first round on the board.
Yeah, nice little patient play there out of Gen Z to finally get on the board for this match. I mean, just kind of waited and were able to get the shots. I do wish that, for Dinghy, they were able to hit their shots a little bit more, especially Fishy on that last play. But for the most part, Gen Z just kind of played the right way and just kind of were able to creep around and get it on that point. I mean, so it was a good start here for Gen Z. They're bringing themselves back into this game. It'd be nice if they ended the half with attack in the lead.
Yep, definitely. I mean, it is Haven. It is a map that, I mean, typically previously has favored a lot of the attackers with the triple bomb site setup. You're going to see Teddy going to be down here in sewers with that op. So first contact is going to be, it's going to miss,
hello.
actually. I think just threaded the needle between both players. It was two heads that were in that direction, and it just kind of missed both of them.
Yeah, I thought for a second that there was a collateral potential there, but it honestly just shot right in between the ears of each of the players. So no connections there, but the info certainly being communicated now. Absolutely know where they're going to be setting up for this one. And now they're going to have to figure out what they want to do next after getting that information. And now here we go. A little bit of a rotation here over towards the C. Over towards C. Are they going to try to just make this play, or are they going to move around now? It looks like they are going to move around. They are looking for a little bit of an opening to start peeking through. Meanwhile, Killa is going to find the first kill. So that's going to get things started here for Gen Z.
Yep, they're going to be in towards B. There's going to be nobody here to basically contest this. The smokes are down. Everyone is out of the site. They're going to get that down for free, and they're going to be able to back up, get their post plants set up. You can see the mollies are going to be on the ground as well. The drone will be on its way in, so Killa knows for sure the Sova is out on this corner. Naro's going to find Venusaur, but Teddy is going to open up as well, as that's going to be another big kill for the defenders. The Shorty's going to go through. Teddy's going to find one, knows the mollies are there, and I think was able to destroy one and should be in a position to get the second one. It's all going to be on Naro here in the back. If that Aftershock's going to tip, it will. And that's just going to be left. One player left with that ult ready. Doesn't even need to invest it here. Fishy is so incredibly low and is just going to walk into the spray. And that is going to be the 1v2 clutch and an op to boot. He's got, okay, doesn't even want that.
Yeah, he's just going to kind of leave that for the fishes, basically. But no, great play there. No, nice and smart as well. Timing everything just so perfectly. Obviously, an experienced player that has been in those types of situations and was able to clutch it up. So, hey, another good round there for Gen Z. Now we're all tied up, and things are moving now for Gen Z's favor.
Yep, I mean, Naro going big there, has that ultimate ready, 7-2 already to open this up over 4 rounds. So that is a lot. I do see a Bucky coming out on the side of Dinghy. You can see Fishy has one, and I don't think anyone's going to really be over them. You can see a bit of an aggressive push. The Jet of Teddy is out in mid with the Stinger. And it doesn't look like the side of Gen Z is going to be ready for this. Their players are just kind of all focused here towards A, and I think they're finally beginning to spread out. But, I mean, it's possible Teddy's going to catch someone off guard or will get caught off guard. Here's Doc's rocking around the corner. As we're going to see the Stinger goes out. It's going to get away. No real damage done here. But this is a lot. Oh, no. The Bucky. The Bucky got a kill.
The Bucky doing the work up ahead, and Teddy just taking note of that one. And now they move forward, Gen Z. Looking forward to this A site here. Dinghy are going to be in position for it potentially, but the flank gets thwarted. Good plays there out of Gen Z to catch that flank and 2 go down. So now it's going to be a 2v4 scenario here for Dinghy. Try to clutch this up. And left with Killjoy and Breach to try to make this happen.
Yeah, not much to work with in terms of weaponry either. You got a Classic and a Sheriff into 4 rifles. This is basically a Gen Z round. Dinghy's just looking to try to get some form of exit kills here. Try to get something here. Might be able to get one on towards Doc if he can land a shot. He's basically 1 bullet from, a right click off the Classic or a Sheriff shot, but depends if they check it. They're going to walk around the corner. No good there, and it's going to get both for his troubles. Doc with a 3K in the round, as that's going to be Gen Z taking the lead now.
Yeah, Gen Z take the lead 3 straight, and they're making it look pretty easy for themselves. I mean, they're not getting into any messy situations. They're kind of just letting Dinghy get caught off guard. Dinghy seem to be the over-aggressors, and Gen Z just making them pay for it. So I'm liking the adjustment that Gen Z are currently putting on. They're just letting the game just kind of flow on their own. They're not rushing to really get to any point in time. They're not rushing to plant. They're not rushing to clear out any sites. They're just taking it pace by pace and rotating when they need to. So it's just good map control by Gen Z all around.
Yep, you're going to see Teddy's going to be set up with that op. He's going to walk right out. The shot's going to go wide, though. And that does mean that Gen Z knows the op has been invested back into this round. Probably not. That's a risky pick. I mean, you got Naro who's just kind of feeling it, I guess. But 4 ultimates on the side of Gen Z is also going to be massive going into this round. You do see 3 on the side of Dinghy as well here, as they are kind of more spread out in a default setup, you could say, with a garage people peeking as well as Doc over there towards long. But I mean, right now it's just going to be default setups and not much going on.
Yeah, not much going on. Everyone's just kind of waiting for the first peak to happen, and Jet is going to be one of the first ones to look. But little do they know, not really going to find anyone over towards this B site as of right now, because Dinghy just kind of standing by. So everyone just kind of waiting at the moment. It is still just patience here out of both squads, and just all quiet on the Western Front at the moment here.
I mean, there is a zero aggression basically going on across the map. No one wants to go forward from the side of Dinghy. They're welcome. They're very happy to just play this back, patient. You're going to see a couple of the smokes are going to fly out now, and that's going to be a breach ultimate coming through. So that'll clear everybody out of A. And this is going to be a full 5v5 retake, but also check where the jet for the side of Gen Z is out towards B. This flank could be absolutely massive.
Yeah, Silva just trying to get a little bit of extra info now.
Oh no, where is this?
There's the first kill finally there at a jet coming in from Teddy, and a quick follow-up to Boo. Gen Z now the ones on their heels, but they're going to answer right back as Nero able to find the killjoy, but is going to get swiftly dealt with. 4v2 situation. Dinghy with the upper hand, but the Colette is there, but not all the way. So Gen Z going to get taken out. The defuse will come on in. So Dinghy back on the board and back tying this one up.
Yep, that's going to be their first rifle round as well. Since the pistol and the eco that was following that. So really nicely played, a really good retake there by Dinghy, especially watching that flank coming out of B. They're just like the awareness there to know that, hey, somebody could be coming through B. We walked right past it on the way here, and they're able to find that early pick. They're able to pick the player out of heaven really early as well, and that just kind of left the 2 post-plant situations. They almost lined up at the end there for, I believe it was Smarty there out in A long, but it wasn't enough at the end of the day. That does mean Dinghy gets their 3rd round on the board, and we're tied up. So very early. I mean, that was a couple ults invested as well. So we're gonna see how much gets tossed towards this round, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's a full buy once again. Teddy's got a stinger, but I believe has also popped the ultimate and looking for something here.
Yeah, they're just gonna try to make this one quick and easy, I believe, and Jet's just gonna be waiting with those knives ready to go. Knows that there will be a player peeking around the door eventually, and little do they know it's probably going to be all 3 of them that are lined up outside currently. But actually, it's going to be a rotation here. A Jet here, some information potentially over towards that A site. So now gonna go on over and join the Sova, who might be in a little bit of trouble, might have some sight lines over on some of the enemy players of Gen Z. But so far, once again, another patient round out of both teams. No one really wanting to get caught off guard or caught off first. But yeah, the rotation to A coming in for Gen Z right now.
Yeah, if you can see the knives are out. Teddy is waiting for this right now. You're going to see, I mean, this A execute is going to be coming in now. There's been no rotation and kind of no awareness here, as that's going to be...
Rim.
Well, the breach ult does not, or the breach E does not actually pick anything off, but the players are in on the site. No one checked for this, and that's going to be 1 kill, but 2 get traded back. So that's going to be a 3v3 retake here, as 2 of the players on the site have gone down. That'll be Gen Z getting into positions and backing up here. As you can see, the retake will come in, but there's not a whole lot. They're going to invest the killjoy ult, but that will be an ultimate in response, and this will be the go signal for this team.
Yeah, this is the go, and this is the go right now. They're going to go on, and they're going to try to get this fight down. They do. So in the meantime, it's going to be a 2v2 situation as Deno attack each other, but oh no! The knife comes on in and eventually just takes care of the rest of Dinghy on that one. Good attack run out to Gen Z, making sure the momentum isn't thwarted by a round loss. And it's 4-3 Gen Z right now.
Yep, and that was honestly just really good ult economy usage as well, because you did have Fishy used his ultimate previously in an earlier round, and that means that when the Killjoy ultimate goes down, Gen Z has a Sova ultimate to respond and take it out, and that means that Dinghy had no response. They could do nothing about the attacker Killjoy ultimate that detains both players. They're easy prey, as we had Limes just kind of walk through and just knife both players. So really nicely played there from the side of Dinghy, or excuse me, of Gen Z, as it looks like we're finally going to get a C hit here.
Yeah, getting a C hit, but Dinghy, as you saw, a little bit less on the loadout here for this one, so they're probably just going to look to get this one done and over with as quickly as they possibly can. They want to try to make quick work of any push that comes in from Gen Z, and looks like that's exactly what they're doing. The plant is going to go down, though, and the fire from the shot, nope! Going to get thwarted right away, the Killjoy. Now it's a 5v4, as the first blood goes towards Gen Z. And Dinghy now going to look for a retake. They flank all the way around towards the attack spawn. They're going to try to pinch on in. Some cover there. Now the push coming on through. They're going to be able to find anybody first, but Nero's in a good position. And now the firing comes on through. Not going to be able to find anybody, but at least keeps Dinghy back and not able to get into the spots they really want to get into right now.
Yeah, that's going to be the players just kind of picked off one by one. Looking for the exits is going to be Dinghy, but nothing's really going to give them an opportunity here. The players aren't going to get much out of this. And you can see all 5 players of Gen Z evacuating out the back. And both of these players are just going to die to the bomb here. They're going to go into the next round with their rifles and be happy. And on the other side, Gen Z keeps all 5 alive. So that's going to do wonders for... I mean, look at that economy already. You got 7,000, 8,000, 2 4,000s on the other side. Dinghy is kind of on their last gasp here. You got a couple players having to buy light armor. And, I mean, if they lose this, this is going to be another economy break, most likely.
Yeah, I mean, Gen Z's just set up for at least the next 2 rounds if they end up losing this one here. Meanwhile, Dinghy's scraping the bottom of the barrel, wondering why there's no more coins in the bottom of the jar. So we're going to have to see what they're going to be able to deal with here. This would be a big win for them to just kind of get their ego back on track and get themselves to a good position. Teddy does find 2, but it's an answer right back from both Limes and Killa to make this a 3v3. So a more aggressive start to this round that we've seen compared to previous ones.
No, I mean, it was just right out of the gate. Both teams just kind of charging. You can see a lot of players going down in mid. It looks like Gen Z's not really willing to go through the smoke. They don't really know if there's anything there. On the other side, you can see the Killjoy. Venusaur probably isn't aware that there's all these players back here. He's going to see one. I don't know if they would have seen the others, which means that the teammates will not be rotating. They're going to find it out now as, yeah, you'll hear the bomb plant. There it is. Fishy trying to stay alive and not go down here. Is going to get one player down really low, but is going to have to retreat back up. Teammates there for support. But this is going to be a 2v3 retake, and I mean, not the most healthy, but neither is the Jet. Kill is not that healthy on that side.
Here's the peak.
No, that's a great one.
Yeah, great opening here for Dinghy to try to retake. Hill's going to be playing in this corner. Smoke comes on through. And now he's going to be up top. It's a great teleport. He's going to find one and has help from the other. And that was quick work. Good retake there out of Dinghy. They'll get the defuse and they'll get themselves back on track. So that's some good money in their pocket to work on getting themselves back in some bit of dominating order. But for Gen Z, I mean, they're just going to rebuy real quick and try to take one right back.
Yep, they got the money in the bank. I mean, that is a good step. If you're Dinghy, you keep 2 players alive, so that's 2 rifles that you don't have to rebuy. And you force you basically make a dent in the economy. I mean, you still look Naro $5,000, Limes with another 5,000 as well. So they still have quite a bit of money on their side. But once again, it's going to be attack. 5-4 is honestly not that bad for the defense in this case. Usually, I mean, Haven's one of those more, I suppose it's 50-50. I like to think it's more attacker-sided, but I mean, it all kind of depends. And you're going to see this is a really aggressive A push here, actually, coming out of the side of Dinghy, and Gen Z doesn't have anyone here to really see it.
Everyone just kind of, no shots fired once again. Everyone's just going to kind of wait, get the smokes out, see where they want to kind of push on through. And Venusaur looks like the brave one at the moment. Might be able to find Doc here if Doc just peeks through the smoke. But no, Doc playing this so well. Just going to wait by the window in the corner. The peek is there. Doc gets one. There's another player nearby. But Limes actually does have an opening to get the spike down, and they will do so. So Gen Z able to get it down. 5v3 situation. Breach firing away over towards Fishy. They're going to have to back up. Is now the rest of Dinghy caught in a tough pickle once again.
Yep, they're worried about a flank here, but there's going to be nobody there. The problem is that you got 5 players alive that you're going to have to deal with here. Here comes one. Well, they're going to lose the first. They're going to end up losing the second. Nice. It's all going to be down on a Fishy with 25 HP and a Dream and a 1v5. And Pro just going to back away, save that.
Yeah.
Don't want to deal with that. That's 5 players. Probably not happening.
No, probably not. I mean, hey, listen, I've seen weirder things happen in this game, so Good on Fishy, though. Just going to play the smarts. Keep the guns, because I'm sure Dinghy's economy isn't going to be the greatest thing going into this next round. We'll have to wait and find out. But Dinghy going to just keep that rifle steady. Has an ult in their back pocket as well, so we'll be able to have that ready for them if they need it. And it looks like a timeout here for the side of Dinghy.
Yep, they're going to call that timeout. We do allow that as well. And I do believe Dinghy actually does have a coach in the lobby as well. So they do have somebody there to kind of, you know, calm the team down, get them going again. It's 6-4. Honestly, not that bad, all things considered right now.
Nope.
So, I mean, they're probably pretty okay with how this is. They have been giving up a lot of sites. I mean, 3 of their 4 round wins have been defuses as well. So, I mean, the site collapses are kind of coming through. They've been really good on the retakes. But, I mean, in this case, it's honestly just kind of the nature of Haven, and the fact that you have 3 bomb sites. It's going to spread out your team a lot on defense, and you're going to give up a lot of plants.
Hey, you are. It's really, I think this map plays more about the retake than it does the actual defense. So it's okay if you let the spike get down. What you don't want to have happen is just get overzealous and try to push on in to prevent something from happening. That, honestly, let's be real with ourselves, is inevitably going to happen on the attacker side. So just make sure you guys are in a well-coordinated position to try to break on through, get the kills you need to just get the defuse at that point. I mean, that's what I would say for Dinghy, especially with how patient Gen Z has been on this attacking side. I mean, Gen Z is not afraid to just kind of let the round go down to its final ticks before ultimately getting that spike down. They're letting Dinghy come to them.
Yep, absolutely. And you're going to see it's going to be a pretty light buy coming in from Dinghy. They don't really have the money to work here, so they're going to just run with that 1 rifle that Fishy carried over. And then you're going to see, yeah, Shorty, Stinger, and 2 classics as well into 5 rifles. That timeout was basically just preparation for the 12th round. They are going into that last round of the half. And, I mean, if you're the side of Gen Z, they're playing this very cautiously, despite the fact that they probably should be aware that Dinghy has no money, but they are going very slowly here. And, I mean, they're reading it quite well, because it was a stack towards A, and that is not where they're going.
Nope, it looks like this is going to be easy pickings over towards C. They're going to have the smokes in the right spot. I'm sure the info being called out now by the player from Dinghy, who probably hears some things getting thrown down. But now here come the rest of Gen Z. They're going to push on through. They're going to start firing at the corners. No one going to be in the site at the moment, but the spike will get planted. So this is an opportunity here for Dinghy to do what you talked about before, where it's just about the retakes. But Nero is going to find 2 right off the rip. So now Dinghy in trouble, making 3 for Nero. 2 left, and it's going to be up to the Killjoy, as well as the Omen, to try to bring this back, but Omen goes down as well. Nero 1 off the A is going to be looking for this final Killjoy. It's going to be up to Venusaur to try to get this back. 1v5 situation. I mean, it's all but done and dusted going into the half here. Nero is going to find the ace. I mean, what are you supposed to do about that?
Yep, I mean, just gets through, picks up all the kills. They keep every player alive. I mean, I was kind of expected based on the weaponry going in, but now this is the round that the side of Dinghy was preparing for. You do know. Yeah, 16-4 is pretty massive off the opening rip. On the other side, Fishy is 9-6 to lead the team as well. The op is back out as well for Teddy. Gonna see where this goes, and this might be a big... I mean, this is the opening play, especially for Teddy, for both the confidence and for the team right now. If they can find the opening picks with this op, and they're able to open up here to kind of stall out the side of Gen Z. You're going to see, though, that's going to be the breach shock. Going to be coming right through. It's going to stun. It's going to do exactly what was needed and buy their team space here. As, oh, we actually tagged Killa there.
Yeah, got a bit of a tag. And goes just going to back up there around 50 or 40 HP. Not really wanting to get in the middle of that. Teddy, though, wants all the smoke right now with this sniper, trying to find anybody there for Gen Z, but isn't going to be able to find anyone. So, going to have to just readjust and try to find their next target, as the B push seems to be still active, or maybe not. It looks like it's going to be Gen Z calling an audible, and they're going to pull back. It looks like they're going to think about going over towards the C side. You see where the spike is on your mini-map there. They're going to start moving on through to C once again, and they might actually have an opening here.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anyone's really here. There's going to be 2 players here on the garage, but they're off the site, which is not the position that you want to be in. Naj is going to get caught. No one's going to be coming through garage, though, so don't have to worry about this moment at this very moment, but that is going to be the spike down. Teddy has given up the op as well, it looks like, and picked up a Vandal from somewhere. So we're going to see that op on somebody else. Okay, it's on the Killjoy. So there's going to be the attacker Killjoy ultimate thrown down as well, as they're going to try to just get in here on towards the site. But they got to move fast. You got to move fast here. The shots are going to come through, and that's just going to be an absolute wipe from the attackers as Gen Z is going to pull an 8-4 half as they just roll through the retake of Dinghy. And, well, now it's Dinghy's turn here to try and pull some moves, you know, make some fakes. But that was just, I mean, that retake was over in 2 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, we got to figure out for Dinghy if this is going to be a good opportunity for them to play just as patient as Gen Z did. I mean, I don't want to see them start rush planning or trying to get themselves in a situation where they're making too quick of plays. I think Gen Z seems to have very good awareness of this map, and it might bode them well here on defense. As for Dinghy, I mean, we saw what Gen Z was able to do to them. I almost want Dinghy to do the exact same thing right on back. I mean, they're not completely out of this. I mean, 8-4 is definitely not the score you want going into the switch. But Dinghy have a good opportunity to come on back. They just need to be a little bit more slowed down and just play a little more coordinated, more as a team, get ready to trade with each other, and you can have yourself a nice, successful attack round and ultimately win this map.
Yep, you're going to see Limes is going to have 2 shock darts plus a frenzy over here. Teddy's going to be moved up as well with a frenzy of their own. So we're going to see if they're going to push through the smoke. But you can see it is coming very quickly here towards this side of the map. There's going to be 4 players here, very heavily pushed up, and I'm not sure if Limes is aware of this. I mean, once the smoke fades, it's going to be very surprised from both sides. It's going to be like, oh crap, there's somebody here. As there you go, there it is. And now Limes goes, oh, all right, back out, run away from that one. But the problem is Limes is kind of now stuck in a rock and a hard place. Will be given the space to retreat though, and the bomb has not moved.
The bomb has not moved at the moment. Still kind of stuck in that little in between A and B right now. Lime's not going to really find anyone else, so this is the patience that I like out of Dinghy so far, but they do have to find an opening eventually, and I think Fishy is going to be one of the ones to do that. Fires the arrow ahead, tries to get some type of recon, and actually has an opening here. There's 2 right away. Looking for the 3rd, they get it. Looking for the 4th, and they will not get that quite yet, but they will get the spike down. Last 2 players here for Gen Z looking for a 2v5 retake, and I mean, what are you going to do about that? Their brother's going to jump down easy, flawless here for Dinghy.
Well, that is going to be, I mean, that was a 4. Yeah, that was just a 4K there out of Notch as well. So really nice start, and that's going to be a Phantom purchase as well. So right there, the rifle insta-buy coming out of the side of Dinghy. That, I mean, that's kind of the round that they need to turn around right there. That's going to, in theory, give them at least a 6. And then they'll be going into the next round with, I mean, they're gonna, oh, you're gonna have a Bulldog, or, okay, no, it's gone. They're gonna have a Guardian, the Phantom. They have 2 Spectres now and a Stinger. So it's a pretty decent weaponry here for this round, and I mean, it might be decent even going into the next round. We're gonna be on board with Nige here, as it's all gonna be headed right towards the poor Killjoy with a classic and not much else.
Yeah, classic and a dream here for Smarty. He's just getting hit with literally everything right now, and that Breach is going to be able to find that first kill, and then Trade is going to make it a 4v3 situation here for Dinghy, and they will get the spike down. Gen Z once again a retake situation, and back where they started in the last round, 2v4 now. There for both of these last 2 Gens players. They're going to try to move around and try to cut through this alley here. Doc trying to open things up, but I mean, how much do you really have at your disposal here? The answer is not a lot. But they're going to go for it anyway. At least try to get some picks. Let's see. Doc decides you want to pull the fan out on this one and just kind of wait on back and see if they can find anybody.
Yep, I don't know. I mean, it does. The Killjoy is not going to walk all the way around. The problem is there's a Killjoy turret there too, so you can't even go around that corner without alerting them. As it was down for a moment, but we're going to see. I mean, they're not going to die in there. Okay, that's going to tag them up. They should be aware that there's someone there. Doc is now going to run back to go dive the bomb, and there you go. That is. So he's like, yeah, I need to go sacrifice my life. Good turret. Turret did the job very well in that guard and well, guarding that backside. And now we're going to see the gun rounds will come in. Rifles across the board for Gen Z. And we're going to see how much Dinghy can convert here on the bonus.
Yeah, this would be a good way to keep things moving here for Dinghy. They're moving themselves back into a great position to try to tie this game up and bring the pendulum back into their favor. But Gen Z, we know what they're capable of doing. They have the rifles across the board, like you said, so they're back in full armor to try to make this one more interesting and more tough here for Dinghy. Gen Z definitely have the upper hand on this one. And it looks like we're going to start out with a little bit of an A idea. Let's see if these first couple of picks will mean anything for this run or if a rotation is in order, but actually Gen Z is pretty prepared for this.
They're not going to check that corner though, and there you go. That's going to be one. That's going to be 2 picks early. That's going to be the Guardian and the Spectre both paying off here. As we're going to see, 2 players are going to fall. That's going to be a quick rotation over here from the side of Gen Z, as they're going to rotate both their Breach and Sova over. Killjoy's going to be moving through mid, but you can see Dinghy was like, we're going to take those rifles and we're out of there. Thank you very much. Oh, no, Lines. Not like this, Lines.
No, please. Oh, no. 5v2. Gen Z just completely getting outplayed on each of these sites, but Narrow in a great position there, but that position only can do you so much good. Of course, Smarty now going to have to try to make a play all on their own. 1v4. Make it a 1v3. Finds the kill. A little bit of extra curriculars before running away with that one. Spike is planted for Dinghy right now, and they're just going to stay put and just wait for this round to be over.
Yeah, this is just going to be a save. I mean, that's going to be all the way across on the other side of the map is going to be the Killjoy. Going to toss that turret down to guard once again, and that's going to be it for this round. So we're going to see the 3 rifles carried over by the side of Dinghy. I mean, Gen Z invested a full guns, and they end up only keeping 1, and they lose the round. So that's a huge bonus round from Dinghy, and that's going to almost even up the score. It's going to be 8-7 after that. And that is quite the setback, you could say, for Gen Z. Now you're going to have to eco again on the back of 1 hero rifle. And that will tie up the map after that.
Yeah, I mean, this round is like going to be over Gen Z. I wouldn't be shocked if they were considering a timeout here, just kind of collect themselves, realize that it's a whole new game now with Dinghy in the lead, and making sure that they know that they can kind of bring this one back. They just got to make sure they're playing this right. But this is going to be pretty much a throwaway here for Gen Z for sure. Killer just going to put themselves in the middle spot here as the timer does count down. Looks like Dinghy is going to be thinking C first, and that's wide open.
I mean, look at this rush down mid. They're just going to go charging down. It's going to be all on Killjoy here. Venusaur is going to be basically spot this one out, and it's just going to back away. That's going to be 4 players. Meanwhile, C is wide open right now. It's just going to be Venusaur trying to block this one off here. Going to walk around the corner, maybe through the smoke, and that's going to be the first one down. Look for the rest, and that's a firing squad and a half if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, a firing squad, but the firing squad location is now known. And Dinghy going to make the spike plant adjustment to plant towards the back alley. They know that that is going to be their key defensive position here. So now Breach is doing what they can to just keep the enemy thwarted, but they're still moving on in here. They still have 4 players up. They can still make the most of this. As Breach trying to find the first kill, but Lines ends up finding the kill, and a trade comes in. 3v3 situation here on the retake. Gen Z might have an opportunity here. They got to get this next kill on the Fishy. But Killa already going to hop onto the defuse. Is going to back away, though. But Killa does find a kill anyway. So Dinghy now in trouble. 2v2 scenario with the trade. But Nash going off here. Looking for the final player. It's going to be Killa on the inside of the smoke. Needs to clutch up, but it's not going to be enough. That was a close one. That was closer than Dinghy ever would have imagined it would have been.
Yep, and Naj just barely survived the bomb explosion there, I think, at the very end. But yeah, that was far closer than it had any right to be. It was 2 rifles and a dream, basically, after they got that opening pick on towards Venusaur. And yeah, I mean, they just came in. I think Dinghy was probably expecting the throwaway round too, after they realized that there was a giant stack running down mid. And then all of a sudden, you got 2 rifles pointed back at you, and all of a sudden, you got more players going down. They lose 3 in the round to what was basically, I'm pretty sure that was just classics and 1 rifle. So a little bit unfortunate there. Like, I don't even know if you could say caught off guard, but I mean, that is sort of what happened there. But that is going to even up the map, and we're tied now at 8-8.
8-8 here. And the C is the target so far for Dinghy, but the rest of the team actually have broken on through. And they actually are going to clear this pretty quickly, I imagine here. They do have players of Gen Z over towards the top. They do know, I believe, that is the target. And Narrow's actually going to find first blood. That's going to be a good kill here for Narrow, but it's going to get traded out immediately without much help. But Lines with a follow-up, and it's just trade city here. And Dinghy is probably going to get the upper hand of this once again. I mean, we've been seeing this last few rounds where a trade war starts to happen and Dinghy ends up coming up on top. But right now, Gen Z might be in a good position if Killer can find a kill, but can't hit the shots. Fishy is going to turn right around and take care of that problem. 3v2 situation here for Dinghy.
Yep, now Dinghy's going to have to, well, Gen Z is going to be here on towards this retake. They're going to be pushing forward with 2 players coming in from the back. The problem is they got to clear all of long. You got 3 players down all along right now, and they are going to have a smoke here that will block off some of it. They didn't actually cover it, so they have to blow both smokes there to try and hop on towards it. The problem is that, there you go, yeah, that's going to be the self ult coming through. They're going to be able to tap it, I think. So there's going to be a one spot. They're going to have to run away from that. The smokes are going to go down. I think, yeah, that's going to be a save. They're going to call this one off. The side of Dinghy is going to realize, all right, they're not there anymore. We can back away. That is a round victory. And they're going to take the 3 into the next round as well. 2 are going to survive on the side of Gen Z. But, I mean, it's just been all Dinghy in this half.
I mean, this is the regain you needed. So this is what we were looking for on the attacking side for Dinghy, and they're finding it. And they're playing composed right now, too. I was mentioning earlier, the trade wars seem to happen. Like, Gen Z will find first blood a lot of the time, but it seems like Dinghy is able to answer right back and eventually get the upper hand to continue their push. So this is exactly what Dinghy needed to do to get themselves back into the situation. Here they are. Now they're in the lead, and now they can continue the momentum forward, and they can put Gen Z in a real bad spot here if they take this round.
Yeah, Gen Z has to really find an answer. I mean, you got a really mixed up buy here. You got a Judge, I think 2 Marshals, and 2 Vandals. So, you know, basically like a semi-decent buy, actually, to be honest. But you can see the pushes coming through, and this will be a greeting and a half if they walk around the corner into Limes here. There's going to be 2 players here. It's going to be the Jet and the Sober. You're going to see the rifle, but no, Fishy's going to see him first. That's going to be 1 player down. The Breach will be walking around from long. That will be absolutely clotheslined. And well, the bomb's going to get here eventually. But yeah, this should be, oh, they're even going to invest the ultimate to even get here faster, it looks like. And there you go. Yeah, the bomb will go down. This is probably going to be another round to Dinghy. And I mean, if you're Gen Z, you got to find a way to halt this momentum sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, for Gen Z, I mean, do you even try this, or do you just kind of let this one go? I mean, you know you're going to be kind of in the tank for the next round. Especially, it might not be worth to just let what you already have go. But regardless, looks like they are going to invest some time and effort into trying to get into this point. But I mean, this is a tough sell here for Gen Z to try to get this retake.
I mean, they're going to try to save the Vandals. Kill is the one here with just knives, basically, and not much else as well. He's not going to find the kill. Just has a Marshal here, and everyone's evacuated the site. So that's going to be it. That's going to be 5 players surviving on Dinghy. And I think, yeah, Kill is just trying to get out, save some of that armor that has built up. But once again, I mean, look at the economy. That is a lot of money on the side of Dinghy right now. That is a bank.
Yeah, I mean, they're set. They're set for basically what would probably be the rest of the game. And here's the timeout finally coming in. Not sure who's calling. It looks like it is. Yep, it is by Gen Z. So they are going to try to look to get their own little regained pep talk here. I'm not sure if they have a coach in here. I'm assuming they don't, that you did mention earlier. But they're just going to talk amongst themselves and try to get themselves back into this one.
Yeah, Gen Z does not have a coach, I'm pretty sure. So they're just going to be talking about it, trying to recollect themselves, get everything back together, and just kind of calm down here, because you got to do something about the fact that the side of Dinghy has strung together 6 straight rounds on the attack. Their defense is just getting picked apart early before they can really get an opportunity to do much about it. I mean, you just have players, Rowan, I see all these pings appearing on the map right now from the side of Dinghy as they're planning out their attack. You can see it in the top left on the mini map there. But we're going to see right now where they're going to end up taking it. But I do want to see Gen Z try something new, like be aggressive down long. They're kind of like halting behind the smokes. They're kind of cautious and they don't want to push through it. I think in a time like this, you need to try to get a little more aggressive, try to make something happen for your team, because right now you're losing all the momentum. And as I say that is a 4 stack, I think, going towards A.
Yeah,
or maybe not.
4 stack, is it? I'm not sure. Nope, they're going to split apart and they're just going to kind of set up 1-2-2 across the sites. See where they can find it, but C looks like the preferred option here for Dinghy if they can get it open. Let's see what they find. The recons are out. Let's see if they can find the info that they want to try to make this push. But they're already like half committed already. They're already pushing up this alley. And I think Killjoy is onto them right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a 5v5 retake. Venusaur might be aware that this push is coming up and is going to just be kind of holding them off really far ahead here, actually, as that's going to be really awkward for the Sober. They're going to double face that, though. They're going to pick that one off. You're going to see a push coming in here. The Breach ult will come through. It's going to knock 2 players up. They know somebody's in this corner here, and that's going to be a face, but that will be a defensive ultimate coming through. That's going to find one here from Limes. Naro's going to find another. Teddy trades back, and it's going to be a 2v3 at the end. No, it's a 1v2 now for Fishy.
This is Gen Z's opportunity. This is what they were looking for, but they got to make sure they get in there. But Fishy's playing this so well. Finds the first, finds the second. No, Killa finds it and is able to get Gen Z back into this one. This will be a defuse, and this will be round win number 9, and they're back on the board.
There you go. Timeout comes through. That is going to be Gen Z picking it up on a big clutch there from the back of Kill as they close that one out in the 1v1. Fishy almost went absolutely massive, and the ultimate from across the map, like that was a Sova ult that literally came out of the attacker spawn. It was all the way across the map, just trying to pick off some players there because they knew everyone was passing through garage. It was a great ultimate, and I mean, it pays off. It was a pretty heavy investment, I want to say, though, from the side of Gen Z. Actually, it might not have been. I think it was just one ultimate actually out of Limes. So really nicely done there. Naro doesn't have a gun as a classic here. So, I mean, they won the round, but their buy is not good on the meantime. The entirety of Dinghy has more than $4,000 across their entire team.
Yeah, I mean, the economy for Dinghy is absolutely booming right now, and as for Gen Z, it could use a little bit of work. So another round win will surely put them back into a scenario where they can be competitive again. So they got to make sure they play this smart, and it looks like it's what they're doing. And I think they're starting to find the formula once again, where not taking those initial engagements, kind of making sure the comms go through, everyone knows where the information is, so they can readjust and they can play as one, and they can try to make this play. As it looks like A is still the target right now here for Dinghy.
Yep, and that's going to be destroyed as well. Won't know how many, but they do know there's somebody there. So you're going to see probably a rotation here. Yeah, you can see the players from the side of Gen Z are moving across. The execute probably going to come in very soon with those smokes coming out. That does kind of signal the go. You're going to see the shots coming through. They're onto the site, though. Kill's actually going to get Teddy through the smoke. Just right through the smoke. The shock darts are going to come in. See if they can catch the attackers here when they plant. That's not going to be the case, but there you go. That is going to be the breach ultimate coming through from the defenders. They're going to find one. The bomb is not down. There's only 20 seconds.
Yeah, 20 seconds left to go, and they're completely backed up, but that's a big kill out of the breach. But it's going to be all up to 2 versus 4 for Dinghy. But it's just going to be all but over here, unless... Nope, okay. Omen almost had a nice chance there, but no, Gen Z do what they need to do. Put themselves into double digits. And now they're going to be tying this one up. And now a little bit better of an economy for them going forward.
Yep, we're going to see that is going to be tie game right now. And that will finally, I wouldn't say, almost break the economy. I mean, Dinghy's going to get one more buy round out after this, it looks like. But the side of Gen Z finally going to get all their rifles together. I mean, they had to kind of hack together buy in the last round and won off of it. So you can see they're definitely doing a good job, but now you have to close out on these rifle rounds because that is how the rest of this game is probably going to be determined here. You're going to see once again the push from Limes here down long is going to, I think, toss out, or well, was thinking about a drone there to go through the smoke, but is not going to do so. Doesn't have additional support here because the rest of the team on the other side of the map, and this might be a C or maybe a B hit here, depending on how these players are postured.
Yeah, I think they're just waiting for a little bit of extra info or maybe that first blood before they start to make that decision. But they are primed and ready for both. And it seems like B is going to be the favorite right now. They're just waiting for that initial play. There is one player there for Gen Z that looks like they'll be able to have a sight line onto this one if they so choose to go over towards B. It looks like A is going to get checked as well. And actually, this might cause Gen Z to actually rotate over towards the B site now. This might be just a full-on bloodbath here in the B zone.
I mean, I haven't seen anything. It looks like they're getting ready to go through garage. I'm curious if Nige is going to just, well, blind right through, and that will be a very dead killjoy if that's the case. But there goes the smoke. They're going to push through the doors. Going to see the gun barrel. There goes one. Looking to make it a second. No, the trade will be there, but Naro's there for the backup. That's going to be the spike on the floor, too. And, I mean, Dinghy's running out of time.
Yeah, they're running out of time. They got to go.
The spike's stuck. Right now. Hey, the spike is stuck. Look at that.
Wait, where is it?
It is all the way, it's stuck in the open field, basically. Both players have to back up, and no, that is just,
wow.
That was just kind of tragic, honestly. They were trying to get at the spike out, I think, and get back to it, and the player got caught because Omen pushed up mid. And that is a huge 11th round for Gen Z, and there's the timeout.
Yeah, timeout has to come in here. I mean, for Dinghy, I mean, they just lost 3 straight. They got to get themselves into a better situation. The timeout was able to put themselves back in favorite before. Will it do the same thing this time? But right now, Gen Z knocking on the door of winning this map. Can they get it done, or does Dinghy have something else up their sleeve that we just don't know about yet?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, everything was working up until 3 rounds ago, and then all of a sudden, the defenders started kicking through. So definitely want to see how they readjust to this. Maybe try I mean, they've been going for some pretty slow hits here and kind of waiting for some rotations to come out from the defender's side. I'm curious if, like, maybe coming out of this timeout, instead of the tactical, you just full send 5 players into a site and just go for it. I don't know if they'll actually do it, but something like that, kind of changing up the pace, because if whatever you were working with, Gen Z has figured it out. And that means it's probably not going to work too well going forward.
No, I would say so. I think Gen Z has adjusted very, very well to what Dinghy's been able to do, but I do want to say that Gen Z has been able to get a lot better in the slaying capabilities here, able to get the kills that they need to get early as well. They're able to get Dinghy off guard and kind of get themselves to a little bit more chaos and more coordinate instead of coordinated play, which is for throwing Dinghy off guard for the most part. It looks like C is going to be the main look right now to start this round off here for Dinghy. Must win here for Dinghy as they go back on the attack.
Yeah, it's going to be an op as well as going to spot. So Kill is going to get caught and going to get tagged up as well. So they're going to send some utility in that direction. Is going to eat, well, one shock dart there is not going to be just on the edge of it, but that's going to be an op. The shots go out and is going to miss, actually. So that means if you're outside of Dinghy, you're going to run away, and run away is exactly what they're going to do. They want nothing to do with this op. And off they go to the other side of the map.
There's only a certain amount of smoke you want in this scenario, and Dinghy just wants 0 of it. They want to move on to the next, and they're just going to rush B. They're going to rush in. There is going to be a player from Gen Z. It's going to be the Killjoy waiting on the inside of this one. Is going to back up, though. This is good info. They know the spike is going to get planted, and Killjoy can just kind of wait right now, wait for the rest of the team to get with them, and Limes finds 2 right off the rip. Good start here for Gen Z. The recon comes on out. Limes knows where the rest of the team is, but it's going to get picked off, and that's 2 down for Gen Z as well. 3v3 scenario here as Killjoy's going to find Omen up top. 3v2 here for Dinghy. This is a must-win scenario here, but Gen Z has the push. The blind comes on through. 2v2. And Breach going to be the first one up. Going to just tap the spike. Has some help from the Killjoy. All comes on through and misses. And they just got to wait for the peak. They got to wait for the peak. But some hits are coming down. Is the kill going to be there? It is going to be there. And it looks like Breach is just going to hold the charge. And is going to be able to get the defuse. Good retake out of Gen Z. And they take the round.
Yeah, it's a huge 12th round them as well. They invested so much as well. Ultimates came through left, right, and center basically from both sides. Both Killjoy ultimates were used. They're probably not going to reappear for the rest of this map unless we're going to overtime. And it really just kind of, I mean, a lot of players were just in a bit of an awkward position, really. I mean, Venusaur put down that ultimate, got kind of stuck in the corner because the detain came through on the other side. And the retakes just from every direction. The Sova was positioned so far back, and the problem is that I mean, it kind of just came down a little early. The ultimate, if it was used later, might have bought enough time, but in that event, slightly too early, I want to say. And they ended up having to push forward into it, and that kind of cost them the round.
Yeah, it was just a tad early. I mean, Dinghy had the right idea, but they just weren't able to fully get it done. So now they're stuck in a situation where match point for Gen Z is going to be their biggest worry right now. It looks like C is the main look, but B also an option. C, well covered. They do have somebody over onto B. It's going to be the Breach. Covering that for right now, and Gen Z is just going to play this nice and patient. They do not need to get into any unnecessary gunfights. They don't need to get themselves into any trouble here. But it looks like Gen Z is actually going to put themselves in a better spot here inside of the C window. Let's see if they find these kills. Going to be a peek around here for Teddy, but no one has found each other yet. Teddy's going to find one, and they're just going to spray through the smoke, and it's going to be able to find the quick trade. Good kill there out of Naro. But the spike will get planted here regardless, or maybe not. It's going to get thwarted off. They know the spike is getting put down here. Killjoy having some trouble, and is in some real deep trouble of their own. Now finally has an opportunity to plant the spike. So now this is it. This is the retake to try to take the match right here.
Yep, this is going to be 3v4 retake here with an op as well, so not your most ideal retake weapon. All players are going to be on the site from the side of Dinghy, so they're all going to be there. The retake will come through from the CT spawn. There's no fancy flanks or anything going on here. Is going to get one onto the Sova, will present himself. Down goes one, down goes 2 actually here. Nigel's going to teleport somewhere out towards long. Is going to be the last one alive, is going to spot. They're going to know the position here, though, and this is going to be a difficult retake here. As that's going to be 1, that's going to be 2. Looking for the 3rd here in the smoke.
Oh, good hold. Good hold on this, but the kill is there. What a clutch out of the Omen. Nage is going to find the 3 kills What a teleport. I mean, that confused us up here in the booth, but ultimately ends up working out. Was able to get themselves in the right position to make that play. Dinghy is still alive, barely breathing, but they are alive.
I mean, it came down. It was just so close at the end, and the Op finds one, but they weren't able to make much more come out of that one. And then, yeah, Nige with that teleport down long. I was not really sure where that teleport was going originally. I thought it might have gone towards spawn. I was like, I don't know about that one, but no. His brain is far bigger than mine. Goes down long, positions through those smokes perfectly. I thought that was going to be near impossible given the position of those three players. I mean, they're just standing there waiting for him to walk around the corner and peek. But no, instead, Nige finds all three players, wins it, keeps Dinghy alive right now as we go to another round, and they're looking to force overtime.
Yeah, they're going to look to force the overtime right here, right now. They got to make the most of this one. It looks like A is where they want to make sure they make their mark. But now, potentially, we're thinking back over B, but Limes is actually going to be able to find the first blood, so now good advantage here for Gen Z to kick this one off. Not really the best kill, but now a couple more kills come on through. It's going to be a 4v3 scenario here. But Omen does fall here for Gen Z. Nage has an opening here to plant this spike and will do so. So B is where this will be decided. Omen does find one 3v3 scenario. The Killjoy goes down. Limes has an opportunity in the smoke, but needs to wait for Nero and the rest of the gang to help out here with this retake.
Yep, they're going to commit the breach ult towards one side. It's going to find nobody. The defensive one comes in as well. It also finds nobody. So we're going to see the knives from Teddy are out. Trying to get around this corner. Will get stunned up, though, and is going to get caught from behind by Limes. Limes going to find one. Gets traded out, though. It's all going to be down on Nige. Once again, finds the spike. Repositions to the other side. 10 bullets in the mag. It's at half, though, so he's going to be forced to peek. And what's up? Oh! Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, my God. Oh! Wow. Is what I'm realizing.
We're
Looking at it right
things
now,
on the fly over here, guys.
Oh, man, that was like a 4-second transition. I don't know when I can start talking, but we are back. It is going to be Icebox. We do have Dinghy starting on the attack. The teams have been flipping sides on their map picks. And this is going to be Icebox. We're going to see, the more standard setups. We're going to have a Killjoy, Jet, Sage, Viper, Sova. And then on the other side, you're going to have a Sova, KO, Viper, Killjoy, and a Sage. So switching out the Jet for the Killjoy is the only difference in comps right now. And kind of interesting to see because this is more or less like the default like Icebox comp that most teams run at this point.
Yeah, they just play it safe. Don't need to get too hairy in these situations. Just play what you know. And I think it'll end up just working out for you. I think you're going to be the first ones with the spike here. And it looks like A going to be the first look here. And let's see if they're able to kind of swing things back in their direction. They're going to need it.
Yeah, Beyond's going to throw out the knife. He's going to find 3. And this will probably signal the rotate. Because you can see the Killjoy already kind of just clearing out some space here on the other side of the map. Teddy's going to be the one pushing forward. Interesting. Went from Jet to playing Killjoy, so a bit of a change there, but he's going to catch the Viper out in the open. Is going to win that opening engagement too. That's the only one that was over here on this side of the map. That'll be a 4-man rotation coming in now from Gen Z, but they're going to be here a little late, and we're going to be here on a retake.
Spike planted.
Yeah, retake potential here for Gen Z. Spike down here. 5v4 situation here for Dinghy. Definitely the situation they want to do to kick off this map. Killjoy's going to try to look for this first kill and not able to find it yet. Everyone's just kind of playing low. And now the walls come up. And the fuse is going to be there. Kill going to hop on, but it's going to hop off as well. Killjoy finds one. It's a good start here for Gen Z. Makes a 3v3. Now make it a 3v2. Dinghy dropping like flies. The defuse should be there. And then Killjoy's going to find the kill. Can't find the second one. Has to reload. 1v1 scenario. And Teddy gonna go with the knife, but it's going to be Smarty that's gonna end up getting the upper hand.
0.0.
Oh no! Way it blew up! No! Oh! Oh no! What? The past 2 rounds of Valorant have been interesting to say the least, Gio.
Yeah, interesting is one way you could definitely put it. That's for sure.
Oh,
0.08 seconds on the clock, and. Oh my goodness. All right, well, keeping all the way to the end. That is going to be a rifle for Nige again.
Jesus.
with only 1 kill this time. Still buys that rifle. That's going to be full armor inspectors across the board for the rest of the squad. On the other side, it's going to be just classics and a single ghost for the defense. They're going to be stacked up 3 here on towards A once again. And in theory, this will just be the side of Dinghy rolling through them. But, I mean, we have seen different things happen before, and this won't be the first time that something crazy's happened on a round that should have been pretty free.
You know what, Chio? I think we should just need to get rid of the term free round at this point. It doesn't exist. Not in these parts, anyway. I think free rounds just don't exist. That's going to be my stance as we continue with the VRL and how everything tends to move on.
I mean, that shock dart is going to do a lot of damage from Fishy. They're going to just double peek around the corner. They're going to lose 1, though. Killer's going to drop 1, but the rest of the team will be there for the cleanup. They lost 2 heroes, or... Is even heroes? I don't know. Agents. We lost 2 players. I'm going to go with players here because that's just far easier for my brain to remember because there's too many games and too many descriptions at this point. But, yeah, there you go. That is going to be two lost. It was only Spectres, but still on the other side. Or actually, hold on a second. What is this by?
I don't actually... You know what? I'm not totally sure what the plan is here.
Not too sure either, but that's going to be 3 SMGs on the attack coming out of Dinghy. They might just go straight for this A hit once again. They're going to be putting a little bit of pressure here down here towards B. You can see the Viper going in, trying to get, probably looking for that ore, but there's going to be no one else home on that side. But Beyond's going to open up. That's a huge kill with the Marshal to pick on towards Limes over there in the back rafters. And that should signal at least 1 rotation. There goes Killer all the way to the other side of the map. Doc is going to trade back, though. Teddy will be taken down in the back. But the spike is still down on the ground. They haven't really decided if they're going to commit to this or not.
I think they want to. They're just waiting for the right opening to do so. Spike going to be in possession here, the Viper. And they're just going to move on through this one. Looks like A's still going to be the play. Just looking for some info before they finally make this push. And it looks like they have it. They know that there's 2 players going to be near there. So they're just going to back this one up. It's going to be the Killjoy that might be able to get the first bullets in, but the plant is going to go down. So now Dinghy with the upper hand.
Yeah, that knife was huge as well. It prevents Smarty from activating that molly. So the nade was not able to do anything, basically. It's probably still there on the ground unless they were able to destroy it. But it does look like it's gone. They're going to have to break that wall as well. This is why Sage is so critical to this map on Icebox. Like, teams that are not running with a Sage on this map are basically just trolling because it's just so critical to these plans. But Beyond's going to find another, and is finally going to be the last one available. Looking for that lineup from the back, is going to toss that nade out, but only has a Marshal to roll with, and they should know that he's up there. And yeah, they're going to catch him. Down he goes.
Nice, easy.
That's going to be Gen Z with the retake.
That's going to be Gen Z just making it too easy. I mean, the defuse is going to be there, and Gen Z finding their footing once again and continuing to swing the pendulum in their direction. I mean, and this has got to be tough for Dinghy, right? I mean, they're getting the plants down, but they're losing on the retakes. I mean, that's stuff that's kind of hard to swallow. I mean, you definitely are able to get in the early breaks here, but Gen Z's doing the same thing they've always done and are totally okay letting the plant go down because they're confident in their retake abilities, and that's showing here.
Yep, definitely for sure. I mean, they're able to play back. They're able to come charging forward as well. I mean, it was kind of reduced weaponry on the side of Dinghy in that round. So they're finally going to come in with the full rifles on the other side as well. It's going to be rifles for everybody except Smarty with that Spectre. A little bit broke, I guess you could say. Killer, you could have spared some cash for your teammate. Come on.
Nah, it's all mine. You're not allowed to have it. You've got to keep it to yourself. I mean, I guess the idea is, I mean, you just assume your teammate's going to die and you don't want to lose that cash. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I mean, right now, the cash definitely would be useful. I don't know, his kill is 49 armor. Okay, well, not anymore. The armor's completely gone along with almost all the HP in the bar. As Kill's going to have to go all the way into the back here. Is going to stay alive, though, and that's going to be huge. He's going to have to wait for Sage to get across the map to heal. But that is... Oh, this is huge, actually. They're going to send the bomb all the way around. That smoke, though, is not going to cover all of mid. And Doc, I think, is aware of this.
Yeah, Doc is going to be fully aware, sets up position, is able to get the info, takes a couple bullets for their trouble. But now has an opportunity to put themselves into a better spot here to defend this push. As now it's going to be Ted looking for the first kill. Denaro is going to find it. The wall does get put up. It really doesn't mean much when you're dead. So it's only going to throw things for a little bit of time here. And now it's just going to get more aggressive here at Dinghy. They're looking for the kills and they're looking for them right now.
Yeah, those are big kills as well. Limes are going to find one all the way in the back as well. So that's going to be 2 players going down. 3 are going to be left from the attack, and they're going to have to push forward. They still have the wall from Venusaur here, but they're not going to be in much of a position to use it at the moment. As you can have 3 players from the side of Gen Z in the back, but you're running out of time as well. That's a huge opening kill there. And another one from Beyond as well. There's only 1 healthy player. It's going to be Smart. In the back is going to go down, and Kill is not going to be able to deny that plant. They're not going to be looking in the direction. It's going to be a 1v1 here. No HP, and it's going to hit it!
Gorgeous
HP.
kill.
Overrated.
Gorgeous kill. Gorgeous 1v2 scenario. Good clutch there for Gen Z. They're going to tie it up. A little dance with the defuse. Never hurt no one. And Killa making sure Dinghy knows that they just can't play defense right now. I mean, once they get the bomb down, man, they just there is not a lot to be desired there for the side of Dinghy and Gen Z. Just plowing through every time, man. I mean, I don't know what else to say besides that. I mean, oh look, we actually got some sharing now.
Yeah, there's a good teammate. Killer is gonna have to go toss that one out. Probably gonna just run with the knives. Is my guess right now is gonna Sheriff, and then Knives is gonna pop out on the other side. Dinghy does not have a fantastic buy. That is a Shorty, 2 Sheriffs, a Stinger, and a Marshall. So honestly, the Knives probably aren't even gonna be needed because you're on even ground here with the Sheriff going into this. But this is gonna get spotted by the drone. The recon bolt will ping out one. Won't ping out the second player though. That will be Doc here with that Vandal. But is going to hear that Marshall. Probably that signals to the side of Gen Z that, hey, Dinghy's probably not on their best buy right now when they're running something like a Marshall. So probably going to have to back up off the angles, try to preserve their lives, as this is going to be a lot of players walking in here. And they're going to spot one, and that might be the signal for the rest of them.
I like this from Doc. Didn't get greedy when they saw that player. Just took the information and just communicated over to the Jet, hey, we need to back up. Let's get a better position here. Jet is going to be in a better position here. The knives come on out, but HP, but survives. But the Viper doesn't need any help. Doc doesn't need any help. That's 3. Spike is going to get dropped. Going to look for this 4th. No, they're around town, and is going to find the peak around the corner. Is it going to be able to find the kill? 1v4 situation. I mean, it's all but over here as Gen Z have done what they needed to do and continue to dominate on this round. Oh, but as I say that, though, the sniper is doing that work. Trying to find the last one. Isn't going to be able to do it. So Gen Z make it nice and easy. Good plays there out of Doc to get those first 2 and first 3.
I mean, that was a huge kill as well inside of the Viper's pit. I mean, the Viper's pit was thrown down and then instantly just obliterated, just erased. Viper literally threw it out, and it was like, all right, it expands just enough to the bomb site and dead. And then that kind of put, well, Hyun was in a bit of an awkward situation. Ends up getting a pair of kills out of it though, so does make it expensive for the side of Gen Z. But they're still going to take their 3rd round. This is going to be a Viper's pit over here towards 410 as well. They're going to drop that. That'll basically just deny A. And off to B that you go probably from the side of Dinghy, unless they're going to go for this. And it does look like they're not really going anywhere here off the rip. They want to kind of probe this and see if they can find something here. They're going to throw the Killjoy down. I was not expecting this, but there's nothing from the side. Yeah, there's no utility here. There's a couple shock darts, but I don't think Limes is confident in being able to pick that one off. They're going to have to leave. That's going to drop the Viper's pit here. Yeah, not going to be able to make it in time, and that's going to be huge off the rip here. So there's the in that Dinghy was looking for.
Yeah, Dinghy get on in. The wall's going to go up, then the plant is going to go down. So now Gen Z going to do what they've always done. Try to get this retake once again to get the defuse. And let's see how they want to approach this. Looks like Viper is going to be on the one to find the first approach. Well, ooh, actually, that's a nice flank. I don't know if this is going to get red or not. This might. Looks like it will be. There's a lot of players through the Viper, through the smoke here. So far, Doctor's playing nice and patient, but it's just going to hop on the defuse. Actually, this is a good call. This is a good call. I don't think anybody here from Dinghy has any idea, and they're going to get the defuse anyway. Oh my God, what a play. What a smart play out of Viper, out of Doc to just hit the defuse. Knew that they were basically backed into a corner and weren't able to really do much else. So they quick hop the defuse, and that's all you need to do, man.
I mean, wow. I'm pretty sure they were expecting something along the lines of, I think when that kill came through, they thought that was the diffuser. So they just kind of kept shooting in that direction. Didn't end up picking up anything off of it. That's going to be a massive defuse, and that's a big confidence booster as well. 4-2 now is going to be Gen Z in the lead here. And, well, yeah, Dinghy's going to be back on their rifles. So this is going to be the first time we're finally going to see everybody fully equipped, I think. And that's going to be an op as well in the hands of Limes.
Yeah, this is the matchup you want to see. Both teams stacked up. Dinghy looking to bring this one back into some form of control here. Gen Z just looking to keep the momentum in their direction. As Limes just gonna play this rope with the sniper in hand, with the op in hand, looking for initial kills. But little do they know, there is nobody over in that general direction. It's gonna be B where all the action's gonna be. But a rotate might be in order here, as you do end up seeing the Sage going back to collect the spike. But no, B's still going to be the play here, and they actually might catch Gen Z off guard here.
And we're going to see what's going to be Doc is going to be the one player here, and there's going to be a nice wall in the way. So here we go. It's going to be a full 4v4 retake here, as all the players from the side of Dinghy are going to retreat all the way back out towards B long. And this is going to be to put the players from the side of Gen Z in a little bit of an awkward position here, as they're going to have to clear this forward. The wall is still there, which is still a problem. They're not able to clear that corner. They're going to bring Killa back with that res, but that op in the back, that's going to be a KO ultimate invested as well. They might have spotted Limes, but I mean, they're going to start going forward here. You have to push forward. You got to clear yellow, and you're running out of time. You've burned a lot of time off the clock already.
Yeah, a lot of time being burned indeed, and Doc gonna try to find the kills, but the kills are coming in for Dinghy 3v2. Here, but Killa comes around the backside, and one goes down. It's going to be a 2v1 situation, and I think Sage is just going to think better of it. Narrow just going to run back, let the bomb go, and they'll just take that one on the chin and move on. Great regain there from Dinghy. They get back on the board. Eco's looking good, and they kind of got some confidence back.
Yep, definitely. We're going to see them getting back there together, and that should probably end up being, I mean, you're going to carry 2 rifles in this round, 3 sheriffs as well on the other side. Dinghy looking to go forward with their 4 phantoms and a vandal. It's interesting, the decisions, because a lot of people favor the vandal, but we've seen a lot of phantoms actually in the rec league, so interesting to see how that works out for these teams, as that's going to be the Viper smoke thrown out towards mid to just kind of cover all of that, and they're going to retreat back. But that's a 3-man push coming in from the side of Gen Z. They're going to encounter the turret, and well, at least one's going to back up, and we're going to see where the rest of them go.
Again, patience here for both of these teams, waiting for that initial pick, but I think it's about to be a bloodbath over on the A site. Sight lines are there. Venusaur is going to get the plant down here for Dinghy, and Teddy's going to find the first blood there onto Killa, so Killa going to be the first to fall. Spike down over on the A site, and Teddy might have a good flank opportunity here to help out the squad here if they get around the outside, but no, they're just going to play the rope and see if they can get a first couple of kills. Not able to find anybody yet, but the Viper did find one, so it's going to be a 5v2, and it's going to be a flawless round there for Dinghy, as they're going to tie this one up at 4.
Yep, you're going to see that's going to be tied up once again. That should be rifles reinvested from the side of Gen Z here now. And we're going to see where they're going to end up going. I mean, Flawless is going to put a lot of money in the bank account of Dinghy. So, I mean, once again, Gen Z is going to be fighting back from that position of, hey, there's a lot of money stacked up on the other side. And we're going to have to do something about that. The problem is that to do something about that, you're going to have to clear out quite a bit on their other team. Naro's going to be set up here up top. There's going to be a good position with the wall. And on the other side, the attackers are just going to default at once again. Standard Killjoy goes down B, everyone else goes A. We're going to poke around and see if they're going to do anything about this, and hopefully not face down an op. Limes does not have it this round, but it has happened before.
It has happened before. The op obviously going to be popular to just kind of have, especially for Icebox. There's so many just insane lines of sight that just go completely through the map. It's obviously something you want to make sure you keep an eye on, but in this instance, it's not going to be a worry, as Dinghy loses a player off the rip. But Fishy answers right back. He's going to be able to find Nero in the back. But Killa with an easy trade as well. And this is Gen Z's ball game right here. This is what they like. They like when they're able to get the first blood and just end up playing the trades.
That is going to be that was a pretty risky res. That's going to be 2 ultimates invested now, as Nigel's going to throw down the Viper's Pit as well. But that's going to be 2 kills there from the defense as well. Fishy's going to finally find Doc, as Killa's going to be up on top, and it's all now going to be down to Fishy, who's going to be, well, kind of exposed out in the open as the Viper's Pit falls. And there you go, Gen Z picks up another round.
Yep, Gen Z get themselves back into the lead here. It's going to be 5-4 after this defuse. So it's what's up there at Gen Z. I mean, I'm noticing that even with what I was looking, sorry, I got kind of distracted by the chat there. Something, did I miss something? They were saying what just happened about teams trying to figure out something. Not really sure what they were talking about in that endeavor, but no, I mean, something I'm noticing about Gen Z is that if they get the first blood, they just get a lot more aggressive. They just end up pushing in and just on to playing the trades at that point. They don't care if they kind of go down. They let Dinghy kind of play the desperation attempt to get themselves back and evening up the player count. And Gen Z just takes note of that every time. It's something I think they were doing in the last map as well, and looks like they're continuing to do that here on Icebox.
Yep, there's going to be 2 players here out towards B now. It's a little bit atypical. They usually just run the Viper, but you're going to see Kill is going to be pushed up forward. There's going to be a bit of wallbang there. Going to just kind of pull back, not really want to deal with that, as that's all the players. Is not going to get that knife in time as well. So, I mean, that was potentially a go signal here, and there you go. That's going to be all the players. They're just going to spam through. The attacker's wall goes up from Viper, and that should give them the opportunity here to just get that plant down. But there's going to be the Sova ultimate come through. He's going to tank it, and he's going to live, I think, here, unless the third proc comes through. Oh, that is a lot of damage on a lot of people.
I would say so. That's gonna put Dinghy in a bit of a tight spot here. Low HP in a dream and down in a player count as well. Let's see what they make of this as Killa finds first. And KO ends up finding the other on the dock there. Trades it there, but 4v2 scenario here for Gen Z. But that's a good kill by the Viper. But Killa answers right back once again. So the defuse goes down. And another easy retake here for Gen Z. They're gonna make this one 6-4.
Yep, we're going to see that is going to come through, and it's going to be just 3 alive once again. So there you go. I mean, they're breaking the bank of the money, and they're going to go up 6-4 now. So 6 rounds on the defensive side. Pretty good if you're Gen Z right now. You're going to be pretty happy, basically, with how things are going for the time being.
Yeah, I mean, really not much to complain about at the moment. There for Gen Z, you have the lead. You have the advantage. You have the pendulum going your direction. I mean, this is what you need at Gen Z here, and for Dinghy, I mean, there's just a lot to be desired at the moment. I mean, they're getting the spikes down, which is, I mean, obviously what you need to be doing, but they're just not doing a good job of keeping Gen Z out and making sure that they're in tight situations. I mean, Dinghy just ends up falling and collapsing on the inside, and Gen Z just keeps taking advantage of it every time. It's really strange, but Gen Z has been the one with a lot more coordinated play, it looks like.
Yeah, for sure. You're going to see it's going to be the attack coming in here once again towards A. They are going to be down a man, though. And the bomb is actually going to be sitting all the way in the back with the Sova. So not sure if they're just trying to get, the orb and just get out here. Beyond is going to take a bit of damage from that as a result. But that has pulled every player from Gen Z over towards A. There's going to be 2 in mid, though, kind of watching this. So we're going to see whether or not they're going to spot these. Teddy's going to lose the turret. And that's going to be both players just backing away in mid. But everybody's here on this half of the map, and it's going to be up to Teddy, basically, to kind of do something about this. And we'll get immediately spotted.
Teddy will get immediately spotted, knows they're kind of in a tough spot. They're just going to kind of let this one slide for right now. 30 on the clock.
Seconds left.
Try to get this spike down here for Dinghy. Man advantage still goes in favor of Gen Z. And the A side looks like where the duel will commence. As Fishy will get this bomb down, but here we go. I mean, this seems just so routine once the spike goes down. And I mean, look at it. I mean, it's now a 4v2 scenario, low health for both the KO and the Viper. I mean, this is just tough here for Dinghy.
Yeah, but I mean, there's nothing they can do about that. They're going to go down. That's going to be a 7th round on the board. As, I mean, this might happen again. Gen Z looking to go for the 8-4 half, potentially here.
Yeah, 8-4 half. Not so far away here for Gen Z. And I mean, Gio, I mean, what would you say here for Dinghy? I mean, do you think they have the opportunity once they go on the defense to bring this one back? Or do you think Gen Z is just rolling too much right now?
I mean, this is going to be hard. You're barely going to get 5 rifles in right now. That's going to be an op on limes as well. If you're Dinghy, you're kind of staring down the barrel of quite a heavy half here. As it does look like, I mean, you got 2 players, Nija and Beyond, both at 10 kills each, but Killa 14 and 7 right now, double positive, leading the team, and you're about to stare down Limes' op, so I don't know if the chances are great, and okay, that also heavily reduces, but Killa with an opening pick there on towards Venusaur is huge.
Yeah, Jab with the ult out, throwing the knives. Making sure Dinghy have a hard time with this one. I don't think Killa fears anything right now. I mean, he's going to end up just going around and going to try to get a flank going here. I don't think they fear anybody at the moment, and players continue to fall on the side of Dinghy. It's going to be a 5-3 situation here with Gen.Z with the upper hand, but Killa gets picked off, and all of a sudden, 2 go down. 3v2 situation. Gen.Z still up top for now. Spike in possession of the Viper, but look how low that Viper is. This is going to be trouble.
Yep, just trying to get that bomb down as well. Teddy is going to, I think, just destroyed his own alarm bot. I'm a little confused as to what just happened there, but
to be honest.
that is going to be the bot going down. And they're going to, I mean, they don't have a Sage to get this bomb plant down. That Sova dart is actually going to miss, and it's going to be maybe give them a false sense of security. You can see the Sova kind of walking away here. The Viper's pushed up all the way on the other side of the map. This might give them the ability to cross here as they're going to spam through the smoke. But no, the op shots are going to come through. They're going to come charging forward. That is going to be the 8-4 half for Gen.Z.
Yeah, this is what Gen.Z, this is exactly how Gen.Z wanted this to go. I mean, you just really can't ask for a better situation here. So 5 rounds away from going 2 up on the maps here tonight for their match here on the stream. Hope you guys are enjoying so far. I mean, it's been a good match. I mean, we've seen some crazy moments, to say the least, coming out of that first map and even going into this icebox. So, I mean, it's been entertaining, to say the least, you.
Yep, no, absolutely, for sure. We're going to see going here into this pistol round here. You're going to have a Sheriff on Killa. Killa definitely feeling himself right now. 15 and 8 as well. Going to bring that out. Has the, you know, the lit up champions knife and everything. So, you know, everything. It's a good game. It's a good game when you can see that. I have never seen that in my life. So, you know, that probably tells you everything you need to know about how good I am at this game. But this is going to be big. Dinghy is going to have to go huge right now. You need to flip the 8-4 that just happened on the previous map. And that's a pretty good start.
That's a good start. You find the first blood. You put Gen.Z in a bit of a bind here. They are going to get the plant down, but are we going to see Gen.Z get a taste of their own medicine once they get this spike down? Not sure yet, but Lions is going to be the one that's going to help find out. A couple of kills. Keep Dinghy up on top, 4 versus 3. I know Venusaur is going to come around and try to find first couple of kills, but isn't able to find anyone as of yet. Everyone just kind of staying put for right now. Spike's still not down. 50 seconds, and Naro now looks like is going to fully commit to the spike, and there it goes. It goes down. Smarty looking for that initial kill, but he's going to get really hurt, but might have a flank opportunity here, but he's going to be the last one up and is not going to be able to get much done. Teddy going to hop on the defuse, so Dinghy making a statement first round here on the defensive side.
Yep, I mean, there's the start. Dinghy is finding the start that they need right now as they're going to able to pick that one up. They're going to go to the next round as win pistol challenge impossible. I think Gen.Z has lost all 4 pistols over the course of this series. So, I mean, it's working out for them otherwise. They seem to be doing perfectly fine outside of that. But yeah, it does look like they're having a bit of trouble with those pistols. But, I mean, they're winning all the other rounds.
As I say, I mean, they're not getting themselves into too deep of trouble at the moment. I mean, they're just getting into a couple of rough spots. That's really all it is. And Dinghy definitely have an opportunity here to bring this one back. Looks like it's going to be a bit of a faster play here over towards the B side. They are rolling onto this point here. Let's see if they just want to kind of put this down right away or if they just kind of wait this one out. But I mean, they have the intel. No one's there. I mean, there is literally nobody there for Dinghy to cover this plant. So Smarty's going to get it down. 5v4 here for Gen.Z as they get the spike.
Yeah, they're going to be coming through. That's going to be the spike down. Finished and ready to go. They're going to be clearing this one slowly. That's going to be another big kill. The Stinger's going to work. They're going to spot another player, and oh, there goes everybody. It looks like the Stinger buys, and I guess this is why Gen.Z can afford to lose the pistols when your Stingers go burr like this, and they know where the last player is. Fishy's going to be caught around the corner. That is a flawless round coming out from the side of Gen.Z as they're going to go up 9-5.
9-5. Gen.Z making the most of this. Great rush plant there. They had one down when they got it down. Made Dinghy's job all the more harder. So Gen.Z looking to hit that double-digit mark in the rounds. And, I mean, we haven't seen any timeouts here so far for any side. I'm curious if Dinghy would consider it if they lose this round here.
Yep, absolutely. We're going to see Kill is going to be up with that Spectre. into the sides is going to be just straight pistols. It's a big stack here from the defense. They're going to find one, which is a pretty good start, actually. A 1-for-1 trade going into the SMG is not too bad here, as they're just going to stay. It looks like the players from Gen Z are just going to try to get out of dodge now for the time being, as that's a significant amount of damage as well on towards the Selva. Will get healed up, but that's going to be a reset now, as the players are going to now spread out across the map, and they're just all over the place.
Bit of reset here, 4v4. And Gen Z just going to kind of back this one up. They end up actually finding the Viper on the outside. So 4v3 scenario here for Gen Z as they continue the push. And Doc is going to find another as well. Going to find a second kill onto Teddy. And it's going to be all up to this last player onto Dinghy in a 1v4 situation. I mean, oh, for Sova, might just want to pack this one. I mean, there's not much to save at the same time, so you might as well just go for it. Sheriff out, finds one, trying to look for a second, but it's all but over. Double-digit mark here for Gen Z. They're 3 rounds away.
Yep, that's going to be a big win. 10-5 right now on the board, as that is finally going to be rifles coming through now on the side of Dinghy into the kind of mixed hybrid buy, I guess, on the other side, as you'll see Gen Z. 3 Spectres, 2 Vandals. Still a lot of money up, so you know, I mean, they're perfectly fine losing this round, but you know they'd still love to actually win it and take their bonus and go up 11-5 and just put that much more pressure on the side of Dinghy. It does look like they're going to be lining up here for an A hit on the other side. We're going to see it's going to be Fishy set up with that dart. They're going to just charge on forward, it looks like, try to defend against that orb, but nope. They're going to grab it. They're going to get out. Mission accomplished.
That's all you need to do, really.
Deploying drone.
And now, just more patience coming in out of Gen Z. Fishy going to try to get some extra info, but I think they were expecting something else. Nothing there in the alley whatsoever. And you see the spike. You see it on the stage. They're just going to stick in the back for right now. They're going to let the rest of Gen Z push on up and see if they can find anything to get going here, or see if they have any intel to push on through. But Dinghy with the nice split right now to kind of keep things quiet. Fishy is convinced that there are people over there, and they would be right, but they're through the wall. So not much I can do for that at the moment.
Yep, you're going to see the Fishy's just going to be set up in the back. Everyone is just spread out. Everyone's just kind of looking for something. Maybe there's a pick somewhere to be found, but the side of Dinghy is really just not presenting an opportunity. Gen Z is looking for it, but no one is kind of out there. They're all playing very safely back in good positions, and this isn't really giving a lot of info to Gen Z.
Doc's going to be the first to fall, though, so Dinghy making the most of this situation. So now the move has to be made, but I mean, the spike is currently in Sova's possession with really not much. Is there some miscommunication going on? Because now we just have a rotate, and it's just going to have to be a rush over towards A, and then Fishy's just going to read this like a book. There's
no time.
Round,
that's it.
but Dinghy
yeah.
is just going to take this round. I don't really know what to make of that.
I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, it was just everyone just kind of in a standstill here. And yeah, no one wanted to do anything, I guess. And they're just like, oh, it's your turn to go. It's like, no, your turn to move. Yeah. And we're going to stand here in a stalemate until the round ends. And yeah, okay. I mean, Dinghy's not going to complain. That's a 6th round on the board. They'll take it. And Gen Z, I don't know if like, I mean, that was almost like a timeout round, basically. You're just standing there just talking, going like, hey, do we want to do this? Do we want to do that? And by the time you come up with something, you're like, hey, there's only 10 seconds on the clock.
I mean, Gen Z, I know, has been playing really patient throughout this entire match, but I think Dinghy finally found the counter for it, which is play even more patient by doing literally nothing, I guess. Hey,
if it works, it works.
The play now? Hey, whatever. Hey, win's a win. I'm all for it. I'm all for tactical things like that. As Limes going to look over towards Teddy, is going to mark them, so it's good info here for Gen Z to kick this one off. They're going to look to try to get their 11th round win. Let's see what the hell they want to do it so far. It looks like A is going to be the first look. But it's going to be Dinghy. It's going to be set up already. Limes it's going to have some trouble with the turret here in a second.
Yep, we're going to see. Well, I mean, you just want to break that turret, basically, and then walk away is kind of what you want to do in this situation. You want to just be there, give them something else to think about. As he finally going to peek around the corner. There it is.
There you go.
And he's just going to go for it, though, now. And that's going to be a big pick. Nigel's going to go down. That's going to be early, and that's going to be a problem right now for Dinghy.
Yeah, it's a problem. It's gonna be tied up in player count, 4v4 situation, but B is open for business, and it's open for the spike plant as well. So Teddy's now gonna go on the regroup, but Killa finds first kill here in this hallway. 2 more players for Dinghy in that scenario, so now they got to group this one up, and you see Viper has basically everything sealed off at the moment. This is gonna be a tough sell. It's gonna go down, and the Chow's gonna come on through, but Teddy only gonna need a couple bullets before backing up. The rest of Dinghy trying to go around, but 2 go down just like that. It's gonna be all to the stage, and they're gonna go down. Gen Z 2 rounds away, 1 off a match point. It's looking grim here for Dinghy.
Yep, definitely. I mean, we're going to see, look at the money situation. You're going to get a couple rifles out here, but not across the entire team, which is going to be unfortunate. There's the timeout. This is going to be a little rough from Dinghy, and I mean, at this point, you probably just want to eco, let them get to match point, and then you're going to go on the run of your lives here to get all the way up to 12 rounds to kind of force that overtime. But I mean, yeah, if you're Dinghy, your situation's not looking great. And I mean, you've won a couple here, but the momentum has just not gone your way, and Gen Z's figuring everything out, it looks like.
Yeah, Gen Z just seemed to have Dinghy's number at this point. I mean, they've consistently been the better team players, really not letting anybody, except for that last round. I don't really know what happened, or 2 rounds ago. I don't know what happened 2 rounds ago. There was definitely some miscommunication going on there for Gen Z, and it ultimately led to just not being able to get the spike down. But Gen Z, for the most part, have been playing together, and they've been basically just not letting anybody going down without a fight, man. I mean, they've been able to just kind of keep Dinghy on their toes, and Dinghy really doesn't have an answer for it. They had one answer for it, and I mean, it's not going to work every time, though. So now, got to go back to basics, got to go back to fundamentals, and Dinghy's got to come up with some miracle here.
Yep, definitely. We're going to see. I mean, Dinghy's going to try to look. It looks like they're going to try to posture maybe for an aggressive mid hit here. You can see KO, Sova, and Sage all grouping up here towards the mid. They're going to drop KJ utility on towards A, and they're just going to leave. Viper's heavily pushed up B as well, so this is a little bit of change here. The problem is that if Gen Z just goes for the real quick A hit, no one is anywhere close.
Yeah, I mean, no one is even in range to do anything, but I hope Gen Z is going to try to figure this one out, and they might have.
Poison's off.
It's going to be Viper with the one with the spike, though. It's basically going to rush up now. Yeah, now they know. Now they know the A site is completely locked down. They just got to get up there. Killjoy getting deployed. Smarty going to try to make this play. He's going to look over the ledge here and potentially find the first kill. Doc is going to get this plant down. And here we go. It's all over all the marbles right here. The forced match point here for Gen Z, and that's a good way to start at first blood.
Yep, they're going to find 2, though. That's going to be a 3v3 here. They're going to find 1. They're going to go on towards the Killjoy, though. He's going to find that one. Viper's going to be all the way out in mid, going on this late flank. The problem is that you might be a little too late. Naro's position should be one. Find both!
What a great play there out of Naro. The quick jump up. I mean, Dinghy had no clue where they were at. So it was such a well-timed flank, and it's 12-6. It's match point. Dinghy have to win 6 straight to force the overtime. Shio, I think we know how this story ends.
Yeah, I don't think this one is probably going to go the way of Dinghy, but I mean, on the other side, Gen Z definitely looking really strong here as they're going to go up to match point. It's going to be 12-6. That is not a good buy for Dinghy.
No, that is
3 Spectres, a Guardian, and a Marshal.
That is
against 5 Vandals.
That's less than optimal, I would say. That's my expert analysis. So I hope you guys take that home with you. I mean, Dinghy can make miracles happen. We've seen it before. We can certainly see it again. But I mean, this miracle might be too far out of their reach. There's only one miracle on ice, and it's not going to happen here on Icebox.
Yep, and we're going to see, I mean, there's 3 ultimates in the bank right now for Dinghy. You basically got to use it here. There's no point saving them at this point because you might not get another opportunity to use these if you try to carry it in the next round. They do have 3 players stacked up here towards B, though, and that is looking like where this Gen Z hit is coming. They're going to be pushed up. Should see the foot there, actually, yes, and Kill's going to go down. That's a big opening pick here for Nige.
It's as good as it could possibly go, but immediately traded out. As Nige, as Doc gets the cleanup there. 4v4 situation here. 38 on the clock to try to get the spike down. But Nara with the resurrection actually makes it a 5v4. Okay, he's going to get caught, though. Lines with the kill, 5v3. And I don't believe Resurrection is going to be an option there for Dinghy. It's going to be... It actually is going to be an option. I am the caster curse. Kev's going to come on back, but immediately Sage is going to go down. 1v5 to keep it going, but it is all she wrote. Gen Z take it home. They'll get 2 maps on the board.